Ahoy, ladies and gents, how you doing? Everybody well? Marvellous day for talking a bit of shite. How did you enjoy me movie review? I'll tell you what, the Critical Drinker must put some fucking effort in on them. I think that took me about 3 hours to edit that bastard thing. This is why I don't do that very often, because frankly, it's far too much effort. Much better to just talk bollocks. No script, no editing, easy. I mean, I don't want to pretend I'm trying to do things professionally, do I? That's an interesting video, that, isn't it? This is why we carry guns. Have you seen that? It's a good job the bloke was like a fucking fat, useless twat, wasn't it? Look at this here. Is there any audio? I didn't even put the audio on. She is easy. I like the way she just casually shoots him when he's on the deck as well. Like, this is why the ladies should be carrying. You know that nearly happened to my missus once. She swears that she was walking along in LA and a big people carrier came across from her. And a bloke was super weird and he said, "Can you tell me directions?" And then he kept getting closer with the car. So she just went, "I'm not from round here," and started walking off proper fast. He was like following her slowly. Obviously, I think if she wasn't as fit as she is, and like when my missus walks fast, she fucking marches. She said definitely she felt like you would have tried to have a go. So that's why chicks should be concealed carrying, isn't it? You know, it's the ultimate force multiplier having a piece. Birds, unlike the movies, birds can't fight blokes. But you can carry a piece. And if you've got a nice little dinky snub-nosed revolver on you, you can put 3 holes in a bloke, and there you go, job done. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Got many in? Bootneck, great review. Cheers, Kate. Kate's biased. Kate's like me mum. She says everything's good, but I appreciate the sentiment anyway, Kate. Yeah, that film was fucking diabolical. I swear down. I only watched it because I go to the gym twice a day. I'll go once in the morning. I'll go for do some cardio, go for a run, go on the stepper, cross train or something like that. Do a bit of weights, and then on the afternoon when I'm bored, before I go to work, if I'm working a night shift, I'll get on my rowing machine for like an hour. And typically, I'm seriously running out of things to watch. I've gone through everything that is like pre-2010s, and I can't think of anything else to watch. In the last couple of years, I must have rode my way through The Sopranos, The Wire, Rome. These are all good TV shows, right? Because none of them were made in the last 10 years. The Sopranos, The Wire, Rome. What else have I done all the way through? Can't even think now. I mean, that's a lot of fucking TV, isn't it? That's about 12 seasons. I've done TNG about 3 times. Band of Brothers, yeah, that was good. Another one. Old shit. I actually could go back and watch that again. And I'm running out of stuff to watch. So I was thinking of watching, there's a few things that I thought of watching. I just couldn't get into them. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I thought I might as well. It's only 6 episodes. I can power through that in less than a week. And I might as well. And I swear to God, I had to force my way through it. I didn't fucking buy it, and I still felt ripped off. That's how bad it was. Right. I got it for now, and I still felt like I was getting fingered. And I'm sitting exercising in my living room. So it's like, I've got no excuse to just stop, just because the entertainment's bad. I might as well finish the episode. And that's what I did. I just rode my way through it. Oh, yeah, Breaking Bad, done all of that as well. That wasn't bad. See, that's getting on now. You can see it's like pre-woke because it's not terrible. Breaking Bad, I don't love it. My missus is a big fan of that. I thought it was decent. And I mean, when was that made? 2007, 2008? It's not a new show. Anything made in sort of like the last 7, since Brexit, last 6, 7 year, Brexit, Trump, everything they made, dog shit. Because then they stopped with the sort of covert indoctrination and they just went overt, outright, let's fucking brainwash everybody with the shit entertainment to watch. So, yeah, that's that. If anybody wants to chat today, I'll pick someone at random. Send me a PM on Facebook or Twitter, and you can talk if you want. If you don't give a fuck, I'll do what I usually do and just randomly pick shit at random off Twitter or Facebook or the news. Friday, I'll start winging it instead of just like, lining up a few BBC stories. So in the meantime, I'll look for some news, shall I? Although no, I'll tell you what, I'll go through my Twitter feed. I always put interesting things that I might want to talk about on my Twitter feed for a backup story if the BBC's having a quiet day, but they never do because the BBC's fucking insane nowadays. What have I put up so far? Oh yeah, this was a good one. Look, Rex Chapman. Anyone know who Rex Chapman is? I'd never even heard of him. Let's Google Rex Chapman. Who's this twat? Surely it's not just a basketball player. Is that it? Oh no, it says he's a social media influencer. So I'm assuming he's a left-wing arsehole. Yeah, here we go. Been dealing with racists for years now. I welcome their hatred. All right, so Rex Chapman's a left-wing arsehole. And he said, look at this. Ben Shapiro said, so your idea is that somehow Clarence Thomas, a man who grew up in the sharecropping South and rose to become a Supreme Court justice, is insufficiently black because he doesn't go to NBA games. This is the mentality of these crazy bastards, right? They didn't point, it was reference to a USA Today story that where they put it out there and said, congratulations to Ketanji Shit for Brains Pork Pie Brown. Being the first black Supreme Court justice. And obviously all the conservatives on fucking Twitter were saying, well, Clarence Thomas isn't black then. You know, the big black man that's been on the Supreme Court for fucking decades. You don't class him as black. And the point was, they don't class you as black because they're insane. And if you don't do their politics, they dehumanize you. Or use their own shit terms. I don't like the word dehumanize. Let's just say if you don't use their politics, they despise you. They despise you. They pretend, because they're just communists that rebranded as social justice activists, they pretend that they care about your sexuality and your race and your gender. But if you're a woman that denounces left-wing politics, they hate you all of a sudden. If you're a black man who denounces left-wing politics, they hate you all of a sudden. If you're a raving homosexual who says, fuck it, I'm voting for Trump, they hate you all of a sudden because it's complete nonsense. Yeah, Biden said you ain't black if you don't vote for him. Like I said, it's bollocks. Kanye's not black anymore because he hugged Trump. Douglas Murray's not gay anymore because he's not a left-winger. These people are fucking deranged. And in response to that tweet by USA Today saying Ketanji Jackson was the first black person on the Supreme Court, Rex Chapman said, have you ever seen Clarence Thomas at an NBA game? As in ever. As if to say, if you don't like NBA, you're not black. Like, is that, seriously, that is genuinely the most racist thing I've seen on Twitter in months. Imagine if Ben Shapiro just went on Twitter and said, if you don't like basketball, you're not really black. You might as well fucking start saying things about fried chicken and watermelon. I mean, there is nothing more racist, but because he's a left-wing arsehole, A, he's a bigoted cunt, and B, they don't care. You're allowed to be overtly racist when you're left-wing, and if you don't fucking believe me, do you want to see Exhibit A? You want to see Exhibit A about how racist you're allowed to be when you're left-wing? I'll show you. There's Exhibit fucking A. Justin Trudeau. I love the way he basically looks like he's creepy sexually assaulting that lass as well. Like, he's proper got his paws all over her. How good's that? So if you're left wing, you can do that. You can do that. You can manhandle young lasses. You can properly full-on blackface it up. And where's a better one? Yeah, there's a better picture of him. If you're a woke left-wing arsehole, right, you can look like that. You can fully blackface it up. You can pour a young woman, and you can just happily say, all black people like basketball. And if you're left wing, they go, yeah, what's wrong with that? Of course they do. Again, I'm repeating myself. I ask yourself, who's the bigoted cunt here? I wouldn't even fucking dream of saying that. If I was Zuby, I'd be a little bit pissed off that Rex Chapman tells me if I don't like basketball, I'm not black. It's fucking lunacy, innit? Castro's boy, yeah. Castro's boy in blackface, loving life. So that's fucking shocking. Absolutely shocking. So, yeah, there is that. How good's that? These people are fucking maniacs. I don't know what to tell you. That genuinely is the most racist thing I've seen on Twitter in ages. What else have we got? What other good things have I shared? Fucking world. Why do you want me to follow the World Health Organization? Do I sound like I'd want to follow the World Health Organization? There's a good one, look. Trans skateboarder who won female category event defends victory. I'm not buff or anything. You're a big, hairy-arsed fucking geezer bird. What do you mean you're not buff or anything? A 13-year-old child gets her ass handed to her by a fucking big, burly, hairy geezer bird. Oh, I'm not buff or anything. Cheers. Well, I'm not mega buff or anything. 29-year-old. Formerly known as Richard Batres, was married to a woman and has 3 kids. This is the point I want to make with this story. That's why I made a fucking note of it. Because, listen, right, I've talked about this loads of times. Let me just clarify the point. I keep telling you that I don't believe this glut of modern athletes, sportsmen, are sincere. There are, it's very, very, very rare, but there are genuine, it's like a mental block in their head. There are genuine cases of gender dysphoria. And as I keep saying, I support the rights of people who have genuine gender dysphoria. I support their rights to do it, as long as they're over 21. That's my line in the sand. I think even when you're 18, you're too young to make these decisions. As long as they're over 21, you do as you fucking please. I'm pro drugs, right? Ganja. I don't care about vice. I don't care about drugs, booze, gambling, strip clubs, whorehouses. I'm an old school libertarian. You're over 21, you get cock off on NHS. Although you shouldn't be from Portugal, like fucking Nadia, right? I don't think we should be paying for cock off of every random stranger in the fucking planet. So there's just one caveat, just one. I'm a socially liberal chap, but there's one. I don't want to pay for a random Moroccan to get his cock off on NHS. But everybody else, if you're born and raised in England and you're 23 and you want to get your fucking knackersack frozen in carbonite, I think we should do it. And I'll even pay for it on the NHS. It's not that common, is it? I mean, I've said that to right-wingers who were going out how much it costs us. Not really. Because the sincere ones, it's mega rare. Proper, genuine gender dysphoria, it's mega, mega rare. So it doesn't cost us a fortune. Fuck it. Right? That's what I've said. If we're going to have an NHS and we're not charging fatties and we're not charging smokers and we're not charging drinkers, we shouldn't, because we're not charging fatties. I don't see the point of charging for cock off, meat and 2 veg in freezer. We can afford it. It's mega rare. Hardly anyone's got gender dysphoria. So I don't mind. If you're over 21, get it done. And I'll even support our socialised Medicare system getting cock off on NHS. You can't say more left wing than that, can you? Morons who don't watch this channel, who just come in on a pithy soundbite or a quote mine, they go, oh my God, he's fucking far right. No, I'm like left wing. You cunts. Centre left, common sense libertarian. That's me. With conservative leanings when it comes to just keeping things the way they were for the last century and a half. Right? That's me. So don't mind us paying for it. But, got to be born and raised in England. Anyway, these cunts aren't sincere. These cunts aren't sincere. If you are genuine gender dysphoria, you would pretty much know as soon as you went through puberty. That's when I knew I liked tits. That's when I started 14-year-old suddenly, despite spending all of my rest of my life just reading comics and watching fucking Mighty Mouse, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I was into tits. I was talking to a Blue Van Man about this. It sort of hit me like a lightning bolt. Like, I think I was a late bloomer. Because I've always been into drawing. I used to love drawing cartoons. And I remember being a little kid and watching Mighty Mouse and drawing my own comic versions of it when I was like 6. And then when I got into my like double figures, I fucking loved the Turtles. I think the Turtles came out when I was about 10. And I started watching the Turtles and I mega got into them. I liked Donatello because he was the clever one. He was clever and nerdy and he liked making machines. And I was mega into the Turtles. And then when I got into about 11 or 12, my dad took me to Forbes Building in Middlesbrough and he bought me 3 comics. I've still got the ones he bought me as well in a little shoebox. I didn't save 95% of my comic collection. I threw out, or I put a load of them on eBay as well before I left to come to America. And I haven't collected them since I was in my 30s. But my 20s, I still used to buy comic books. Anyway, I was telling Blue Van Man, he sent me some amusing story about some fucking pervert. And I told him, like, I think I was a late bloomer, me. Because I don't think I really got interested in girls till I was about 14. Like, I was really interested in comics when I was 12, 13. And then 14 hit me like a bolt of lightning. And all of a sudden, I liked chicks. And I remember it was quite powerful. You know, going through puberty, it's a powerful urge. And suddenly I really, really liked birds. And I was like, you know, perving on them a little bit. Like, all of a sudden, I'm in PE and the girls are playing netball on the other side of the gym. And I'm sort of like trying to have a look. It hit me hard. That's puberty. So if you've got genuine gender dysphoria, you'd go through those feelings when you got to 14, 15, 16. You might have had them earlier. I know some of them say they get it earlier. And then you'd say, you know what? I don't like the opposite sex. I think I am the opposite sex. So you'd stave off that aspect of your life. You'd probably not even sleep with anybody, wouldn't you? Because you'd be mega confused about it. And you'd talk to your parents about it. And you'd talk to a psychologist about it. And they'd say, yeah. And then you should wait till you're like 21 and go through a long process talking to everybody about it. And if you really, really want to take the step, then you fucking transition. These fucking assholes, always pressed the wrong way, these wankers, they've always married a woman and got a shitload of kids. If you think Richard Batres, who married a woman and had 3 children, it's the reason I get so angry with it is because it's so naked. It's so nakedly obvious that these woke, what they're called, fucking cunts are taking the piss out of all of us because everything they say is bollocks and everything they claim to think is completely malleable and changes on a whim. Just think about this. They're the ones who, again, old school left-winger, old school libertarian. They're the ones who told me when I was a kid, which is why I've never been homophobic. They're the ones who told me that being a gay or being a lesbian was not a lifestyle choice. That's what the Baptist preachers used to say. Oh, it's a lifestyle choice. And I always used to mock them when I was a young atheist and say, of course it's not a lifestyle choice. Because I didn't choose to like tits. So if you're in a minority, a sexual minority, and you're gay or you're a lesbian, you didn't choose that. So it's not your fault. So people shouldn't be prejudiced to them. But now these fucking arseholes, these snakes, because they do nothing but lie, now they're saying, oh, no, you can definitely have gender dysphoria. Definitely. And you know since you're a child. Oh, I've known I was a wrong sex since I was a child. Oh, yeah. But when you're fucking 20, you can donkey one into 10 birds and you can fuck the shit out of loads of chicks and you can marry a woman and you can bang her senseless till she's banged out 3 children. You can bang her like a barn door in a hurricane, like a barn door in a fucking hurricane. Bang it till its arse bleeds, and then she knocks out 3 kids. And that's totally normal. So it's a lifestyle choice then, isn't it? Isn't it? When you decide that a bloke who spent all of his 20s, his teens and his early 20s, fucking chicks and having children and marrying women, and then on a whim decides to fucking split ass, and you go, oh, no, 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 no. It's a lifestyle choice. When I say it's a lifestyle choice, it's a lifestyle choice when I tell you that you're being bigoted for saying a gay man sleeping with a man is a lifestyle choice. Then it's a lifestyle choice. Then you're a bigot. Bigot. It's not a lifestyle choice. But then all of a sudden, Richard Batres, folding up fucking women in his teens, in his early 20s, banging out 3 kids, marrying a bird, and all of a sudden, nah, it's fluid. That it's saying no, easy. There's no such thing as a sexual persuasion, sexual orientation. Nah, you can just change your mind on a fucking whim. You can be smashing gash for 10 years, 15 to 25, and then all of a sudden, 3 kids, 1 marriage deep. Actually, I'm a fucking bird. Bullshit, Mr. Handman. Richard Batres is a fucking weasel. A weasel. This is not sincerity. If Richard Batres had transitioned age 21 and never been married and had any kids, I'd believe you. But it's not sincere. These fucking people do it to get fame or notoriety or make an easy buck or win a few titles. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Thrashed a 13-year-old girl. Absolutely scandalous. I'm not going to go and be easy on them because they're kids. It's funny, I'm getting beat up over the most. People saying you're beating little kids, little girls. This is the first one I've beaten that I actually wanted to win. The age thing doesn't really count. No, it's the first one you were capable of winning. Because if you went to try that when you were bastard going up against men, you'd have had no fucking chance at all. You'd have had no chance. So fucking do one. Honestly, I've got no respect at all for these people. At all. And like I said, Leah, that swimmer, is the same. Leah still has a cock and still has... Leah has a cock and has a girlfriend, but swimming and competing against women. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's sincere. I do not believe it. And you're free to make these decisions as you wish. As I've said, I'm not bigoted against any of the LGBT community, but these people aren't sincere. Got no problem with a young person who transitions when they're 21 and is born in England. But that is just not sincere. That is just a fucking arsehole taking the piss, slapping 13-year-old girls around with his fucking 10-inch clitoris and thinking it's acceptable behavior. It isn't. The fucker weasel should feel deep shame. But the shameless, the wokists are shameless, which is why they feel no shame at all when they say, all right, if you say it's a lifestyle choice, you're a bigot. But if I say it's a lifestyle choice, I'm tolerant and wonderful. Yeah. If you say all black people love basketball, you're a racist. But if I say all black people fucking love basketball, everybody knows that, I'm being tolerant. I'm being with it, yeah, and hip. Do me a favor. Like I said, if you're a centre-left person and you can just have watched this for the last 5 years, up is down, left is right, naked, unending hypocrisy. Lifestyle choice for you, bigoted. Lifestyle choice for me, brilliant. Black people love basketball to you, racism. Black people love basketball to me, pleasant, tolerant, liberal. If that works for you and such naked fucking hypocrisy doesn't knock you sick, I think you're mentally ill. That's how many times have I got to make the point? It's that personifies my position. I'm naturally a left-leaning person. I'm a libertarian. I'm not religious. I'm not an old-fashioned conservative at all. But I will hold my nose and vote for anybody that isn't woke. And if that means holding my nose and voting for fucking Ted Cruz, who I despised about 6 or 7 years ago, if he gets a presidential nod, I'm voting for Ted Cruz. I don't like the man. I think he's contemptible, slimy, self-serving politician. But if I've got to choose between Ted fucking Cruz and one of these woke fucking deviants who practices such rank hypocrisy, it curls my fucking toes. And that's what I'm going to do. And I would suggest you do the same. Hypocrisy disgusts me. So you can poke your fucking skateboarding trophy up your fucking big, hairy sheriff, rusty sheriff's badge, fucking Dave, or whatever you're called. What a pile of shit that is. Anyway, my missus is coming in 10 minutes. She's bringing me lunch. I normally go for lunch with her on a Friday at like 10 to 12. I've missed the last two because I wanted to do this. Anyway, what have I got left? I'll do one more. I've done that, fucking done that. What else have we got? Oh, yeah, I can finish on this one. I'm sure you all know the picture. Look at that. Look at that. Has anyone not seen this? This one was doing the rounds. If you haven't seen this, you're in for a fucking treat. You're in for a treat, boys and girls. Toronto police obviously woke. News release. Missing woman. Ryerson Avenue and Bathurst Street. Isabella DeGrace, 27. Are you ready? This is what I've talked about. Quality control. Right? Again, not bigoted. Quality control. When I was a kid, if you're going to be a bird, they used to at least have a bit of quality control. When you got a trans woman wanting to go into the bathroom in the 90s, people didn't moan about it because they used to put a lot of effort in. They'd always, even if they were big and tall and had a clacker, they used to at least have like a nice wig on. They'd have the hair done immaculately. Nice little Alice band and some nice curly hair. And they'd have makeup on and they'd have a frock. And occasionally you might see it. Everyone's seen it. My dad tells a story about when he went fishing in Whitby. And there was a bird, what he thought was a bird, was fishing behind him at the back of the boat. And he went, "Oh, do you need a hand with that, love?" And she went, "Oh, I've got this, mate." And he went, "Fuck me." Forearms like fucking Garth. Yeah. Pulling in a fucking dolphin. You know, but nobody used to care because in them days, they actually used to put effort in. Do you know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying is quality control. If Isabella, like, did the basics, like had a shave, I mean, there's a fucking obvious one, had a shave and wore a wig, that wouldn't be funny, would it? It wouldn't be funny, and I wouldn't be taking the piss. All that fucking bloke needs to have done is add a shave and wear a wig. And it wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't be meme-worthy. It wouldn't have gone viral. Doesn't need to do makeup, doesn't need to put any lippy on, doesn't need to have nice curly eyebrows. Just have a shave, put some long hair on. And everyone would just go, "It's Isabella. Who cares? She looks a bit masculine." Wouldn't be a story. It's a story because of the total lack of quality control nowadays. It's just gone. And it's funny when you can look like that and everyone's going, "Oh, this poor innocent woman." Fucking laughable. Can we just have some quality control? Libs of TikTok, beyond parody. It is. It's beyond parody. Talk about the Paris banned from NATO for having an orgy. Yeah, well, I mean, there's not that much to say about that other than what's wrong with having an orgy? If you haven't heard about that, the Paris got fucked because they spit roasted a bird who was a willing participant and marched onto a Paris camp apparently dozens of times over like a 4-month period and got roasted senseless by about fucking 20 blokes. Well, are we socially liberal? Are we a liberal country or not? Again with the hypocrisy. Again, isn't it? It's just like the basketball changing its meaning depending on what the person, politics of the person saying it is. It's just like the hypocrisy of the sexual lifestyle choice depending on the politics of the person saying it. It's the same thing. When it suits them, there's nothing wrong with sticking a fucking dildo up your ass, marching down the street with a dog fucking helmet on, spinning a fucking gigantic, a flail-sized anal beads ring around your fucking head. They think that's brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Let's have a bit of sexual, the sexual revolution, yeah. And then a woman consents dozens of times to dozens of blokes over dozens of weeks, and they go, "Fucking hell, what's going on here then?" Make your mind up. Are you conservative religious zealots who think people shouldn't be fucking or not? Oh, it's the hypocrisy. Should blokes be allowed to fuck the shit out of women that absolutely love spunk or not? She fucking marched onto the camp. She loves it. She's like, boom, boots the Paris billet in. They're there like drinking tea. Boom, fuck me, it's Esmeralda. And the parrot's like, Jesus, she's got it. She fucking loves cock. If she loves cock, who gives a fuck? Are we feminists or not? I'm a feminist. I think women should be free to boot the door off its hinges and fucking snap a parrot's cock like a dry branch. If that's what she wants to do, you knock yourself out, love. If you want to rinse yourself in warm jizz, you crack on, because I'm a feminist. Again, a uniform feminist. I don't contradict myself on a whim because I'm a woke cunt, right? She loves it. She fucking loves it. So there's nothing to talk about. The only thing to talk about is the hypocrisy, the naked hypocrisy, and the fact that the woke contradict themselves all the bastard time. Yeah, who cares? Spit roasted, high-fiving each other over her back, and she's fucking loving it. She's loving it. Easy, easy. That's an easy one, isn't it? Easy. I support a free woman's right to get fucking mashed by parrots, right? Easy. That's just the hypocrisy that makes me laugh. Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm having something to eat. I will see you all on Monday. I'm having a great weekend. I've got a great weekend lined up. Tomorrow we're going wine tasting in all the fancy areas around here where all the posh people go wine tasting. I'm going to show them how it's done. Yeah, knack about 4 gallons of it and make a complete twat of myself, surrounded by millionaires and middle-class arseholes here in the American Riviera. I will see you all on Monday. Have a good drink. Enjoy yourselves. And I'll think of you when I'm fucking gargling the tasting. You know that thing they all spit the tasting shit into? I'll just be like, I'll be covering myself in it like that woman surrounded by paratroopers' balls. Right. Have a great time. Enjoy your weekend. See you all on Monday. God bless America. And God save the Queen. But not a fucking grandson. No. And a son. And half the family. And half the fucking family. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend. Toodle pip.